So I wanted to talk about people's attempt to stop thinking. Because there are some teachers who say that you just have to stop thinking. And when you are able to stop with thinking, then that's an easy way to just get into a feeling of peace. And your life will be perfect. And that's actually true. I'm not saying that it's not true. But through my experience, I have found that there is something that needs to be realized first. Because if you don't realize this thing first, then it's nearly impossible to stop thinking. I would say people who have trouble with stopping their thoughts haven't experienced yet the intelligence that is responsible for everything that happens in the universe. So, by experiencing an intelligence that is responsible for everything that happens in the universe, by experiencing this, you will get a sense of being secure. Knowing that you are being carried takes away your need to sustain yourself. And people sustain themselves, or at least they try to sustain themselves, be in control of their lives by thinking. So, one must truly experience this higher intelligence first and surrender and see and have experiences that show you, oh wow, things are unfolding, problems are being solved, and I'm not trying to do anything, it's just happening. It's almost like your ego cannot deny that there must be a kind of a higher intelligence that is managing your life. So at some point, your ego will just be open to surrender to it. And stopping the thought stream does not happen by focusing on the breath, even though that's a good practice that you can do. To get a sense of being stable. But or you could wait until your thoughts stop by watching them, which is also a good practice that you can do. But the real cessation of thought can happen. The kind of cessation of thought that will bring you peace can only happen when you let go. Not in a way that you're saying, okay, I'm letting go. I don't know who's controlling my life right now. Who's in control of my life now when I'm not doing anything? Like that's still in a state of fear. But when you're letting go in a way that opens you up to something new, you're no longer trying to hold on to something, but you're opening up to the possibility of something new that could take place. And in that opening, there can either be a sense of trust that could appear out of nowhere, a sense of something is holding me. I'm open right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm not holding on to anything. I'm just open to the new, to the unknown. And in this opening, thought ends. Or there can be a sense of being, uncertain, anxious, insecure. You don't know who's going to manage your life from this point on. And you can use this to just experiment with it, When you have a problem and you're not able to solve it right away, because that's, when you have a real problem is something that you can solve right now. Most people have problems that are only existing in their minds because they revolve around things that have already happened, so you cannot solve them because they don't really exist. Or they revolve around things that will happen, maybe, in the future, but you cannot solve them right now because you're here, not in the future. So you can experiment with this. So next time, or even right now, when you feel like you're in a situation where you feel like you're having problems, but you're unable to solve them, just try to let go and see, just be open to the possibility that maybe there could be an intelligence who's going to take care of your problem, who's maybe already taking care of your problem right now. Like the process is already happening right now. You're just not seeing it. Tune into that feeling of trust and then let go into it and see how thought ends. And there is only a feeling of abundance that's remaining, a feeling of hope, trust, and expansion. The end of the separate self, basically. The one that feels like I'm controlling my life, but who was never actually able to control the life. There's only one intelligence that is managing life, and it's life itself, and you're not separate from it. And the ego, as the ego is falling apart, that is the process of tuning into the intelligence that is actually managing this whole life. So you can't just believe that, I was, when you're in a state where you feel like I was actually controlling my whole life, and right now I'm trying to find peace, and there's this spiritual teacher who's telling me I should just stop thinking. He's taking away everything that gave me the sense of security, and he's not replacing it with something else that could give me a greater sense of security. Meanwhile, this spiritual teacher is actually chilling in his sense of security. He's telling me that I should surrender my sense of security. No, you won't be lost in a void where there's just no sense of security and there's just pure chaos. No, there is something that is actually going to manage your life, and it's actually the same thing that was always managing your life. That's what you have to know first, and also experience. So only by opening up to the unknown, knowing that this unknown is already taking care of you, can you recognize that in this opening up, thought ends. You can't just end thought and just wait until peace arrives and practice until enlightenment happens. It's not how it works. You have to die, actually. Awakening means dying. But it's just the little death of something that was never truly alive. Just have to surrender your own will. Thy will be done.